Well, it's Sunday morning and I'm going to work on my Farmall Regular loader. You can see I got the rear wheel back on it. I bought myself an endoscope and I checked the cylinders. 1, 3, and 4 look good. Number 2, the one that had the rusty plug, is rusty inside. Although the crank moves slightly, I didn't want to turn it in fear of doing some kind of damage. So I'm going to pull the head off and clean it out. So first thing I do is drain the antifreeze, and then I'll get to work at removing the head. Well, now I can pick up where I left off, and I noticed one interesting thing. See these 2 rocker arms? You can see, compared to the others, they were obviously hammered on at one time. So I don't know the story, but who knows? This tractor's old enough, maybe it was saved at one point before in its life. This tractor has a nice work platform to stand on, and I'm actually sitting on the seat. I'm going to cheat and take these off the easy way. Well, let's see if it'll come loose. Now let's see if I'm man enough to lift this thing off. Oh, first we'll take that off. Ooh. A little bit of mouse nest in the cooling system. I believe I'll use my crane truck to put it back on. Yeah, 1 and 4, but number 2 is I'm sure the cylinder and piston and everything is going to be fine. It just needs a good cleaning up. Now let's go see what the bottom side of the head looks like. Well, here's the head. There's number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. Even number 2 doesn't look bad. I'm sure it's all going to clean up just fine. Here's a little closer look at number 2. I'm thinking it'll clean up just fine. The other 3 look good. Now if you look here, I already scraped on the cylinder there somewhat. I thought to be maybe had been rust. Like you can see here, turns out it's just like heavy grease stuck on the side. So I'm thinking maybe at one point someone had oil in the cylinders and they turned it some and the loose carbon and whatever just packed onto the side and stuck there, because it actually isn't rust and pitted under those spots at all. So it's looking better all the time. Now, I don't know what that little deflector is for. If any Farmall people out there know what that's actually for, let me know. Well, I'm going to try and get a little done today. Yesterday, thunderstorm put a stop to my work, so I'm going to do a little bit here today. The cylinders are looking better all the time. Well, that's the first I turned it over with the crank. So you can see how his number 2 cylinder looks. I think I've decided that I'm going to pull the pistons, clean the cylinders up good, and possibly put in new rings. After the work I'm going through here, I always try to not overdo things, but I want it so the compression is good enough so it's easier to start, seeing it's a crank start only, and I don't want it fouling plugs continually. So thanks again for watching. To be continued on a later date.